Today, we're diving into some dark waters. We're unveiling 9 lesser-known facts about the transatlantic slave trade. Buckle up, because this is a journey through one of history's most tragic chapters. Fact 1. The Atlantic slave trade was the largest forced migration across the ocean in history. From the early 1500s to the 1860s, around 12.5 million African men, women and children were forcibly shipped across the Atlantic. And that doesn't even count those who perished before even setting foot on a slave ship. Fact 2. The triangle trade taught in schools is only part of the story. While many ships did follow a triangular route, others didn't. Some voyages started in the Americas, went to Africa and returned to the Americas. The Rio de Janeiro to Luanda route was the busiest. Ships also originated from US ports like Newport and Charleston. Fact 3. Surprisingly, many slave traders were women. In Britain, France and the Netherlands, widows often took over their late husband's investments. Notably, American Mary Watson sent her own ships from New York in the 1850s. When the US government shut down the trade, she tried to move her operations to Spain but died before she could. Fact 4. Enslaved people fought back. Despite the brutality, captives resisted. About 15% died during the journey, but rebellions happened on at least 10% of voyages. These revolts made slave traders take extra precautions, making the trade costlier and indirectly saving lives. Fact 5. Enslaved people didn't just resist, they helped end the trade. While leaders like William Wilberforce played crucial roles, the enslaved were crucial opponents. In the 1790s, the enslaved in Saint-Domingue, now Haiti, successfully rebelled against French rule, leading to the end of slavery there by 1804. Fact 6. The slave trade continued even after legal bans. By the 1830s, many nations banned it, but enforcement was lax. It remained profitable, with large bribes paid to officials. In the 1800s, 1.65 million captives were still smuggled, mainly to Brazil and Cuba. Fact 7. The Atlantic slave trade had a global reach. European traders used South Asian fabrics and cowrie shells from the Maldives to trade for Africans. Some routes even carried captives from Mozambique to the Americas. In the Americas, enslaved people mined metals like silver, which were then traded to China. Fact 8. The slave trade transformed economies, environments, and cultures. It devastated enslaved people, reinforced racial hierarchies, and enriched societies on both sides of the Atlantic. Ecosystems were altered as invasive species were introduced, and cash crops like sugar and cotton changed landscapes. Culturally, African influences are deeply embedded in language, music, and food across the Americas. Fact 9. Enslaved people have stories to tell, and historians are uncovering them. A few databases hold information about thousands of individuals. For instance, Oluwale Kosola, known as Cudjoe Lewis, was captured in 1860 and brought to Alabama. He survived the Middle Passage, lived through slavery, and helped found Africa Town, which still exists today. And there you have it. 9 lesser-known facts about the transatlantic slave trade. These stories remind us of the resilience and enduring spirit of those who were enslaved. Until next time, keep exploring history.